Rika, when you find there is another additional layer of sponsors, how does that impact your engagement with athletes?
I will give you specific examples of situations when I wouldn't really say sponsors, but funding agencies. I again don't want to name them. They have wanted to control the athletes post an event, and it has happened to one of our very famous wrestlers, whose narrative was controlled, whose interactions and narrative was controlled by the agency,
Who's funding
agency other than Government of India during the Paris Olympic Games, and it was nothing to do with PR again, because they invested a chunk of money in her when there was a big story around her. I think everyone now knows who I'm talking about, but I'm still not going to name her. The narrative was controlled. Every tweet, every press release, every quote of her was written by that organization. As problematic as it was, we had to deal with it. Neha knows what I'm talking about.
Completely. But I mean, just on the other side of
and
things,
there are provisions in the sports bill for this.
Okay.
We spoke to the sports minister about this post the Paris Olympic Games. How another elite athlete, and this elite athlete was completely controlled by not by the federation, not by IOA, but by the respective funding organizations, and that made that cut a very sorry figure of the government and the country that they were representing.
There are two levels of funding in sport, right? One is there is an agency level funding, obviously government funding. And when it comes to sponsors, it's a very different story. So with sponsors, it's more visual ROI or campaign related work that we do. So for example, if Gukesh went on a Myntra ad, typically that is a sponsor-led piece, right? Now, how do they see their ROI is purely basis the branding that athlete chooses to wear, or it is basis the campaign that they get to do with that athlete with the time that they get, the way you work with celebrities, basically.
Right.
So there, the PR is more driven by the campaign itself or by the looks that we can create for that brand with the athlete in sporting moments or non-sporting moments. So it's a very different way of looking at things, where it is both visual as well as driven by campaign. And some of the brands have seen great ROI on driving unique campaigns with athletes. And you'll see a big surge of this during times like IPL.